For the longest time, I have been looking at the Declaration of Independence, and the phrase that again and again I turn to is that all men are created equal. Hi, my name is Miguel, and I am a Latino gay male. Equal was not a word familiar to me growing up in Puerto Rico, where males were not equal to females, white not equal to trigueño, and where how much money you had was not as important as the lineage of your last name. Like in many Latin American countries, knowing your place was a very important thing. Upholding tradition was not only expected but proudly carried out by modern-day Inquisition-like tribunals disguised as society and church. In growing up, it was implied that you knew your place and would remain in it or risk being banished, bringing eternal shame to your family. Very soon, I started feeling asphyxiated by so many rules. The suspicion of my homosexuality was a big deception to my family. Not only was I risking bringing shame to them, but in a predominantly Catholic society, I had a first-class ticket to hell. Under the excuse of a better education, I escaped the island and set for the United States, where I went to art school in Massachusetts. All that was on my mind was to find freedom and equality. Looking back on those years, I grieve for that idealistic boy. I was armed only with an islander's mentality and a textbook notion about the world. I was no longer sheltered by my last name and the history of my family. In my search for freedom, I started with a big dosage of anonymity. I was so used to the island circle, where with a look people let you know who you are and who your family is. Boston was very lonely and cold, but I started changing. Slowly, I had to trade familiarity for diversity, chose to embrace many cultures and religions rather than have only one imposed. All my resentments brought a self-proclaimed rebellion that lasted many years. I went from country to country, escaping the anger that drowned my spirit. When finally I got tired of being an aimless vagabond, I started looking inside myself, and after some really ugly nightmares, very deep in my soul, I found peace. I like the Latino in me. Fire do run through our veins. Passion is what fuels our existence. But I believe, with all that fire and passion, I also inherited an idiotic subjugation to tradition. Traditions and customs that, when unexamined, can lead to oppression, discrimination, and subservience to paradigms that no longer fit. I was born a Latino gay male. My pride sprouts from the fire that runs in my veins. But my country's all over. My flag is the rainbow, and my shield the pink triangle. In this crusade for equality, I have brothers and sisters of all colors, nationalities, and religions. My contribution with my art is to make those colors brighter, prouder, and happier. Like Emerson said, let my light shine its brightest before I hand it down to future generations.